You were never given permission to cry. And I think that's why like the work with the psychedelics and like therapy and mindset in its own has been so powerful, because I've been able to take what was this like super hyper masculine dude that like wanted to just like put the pads on to go hit people, and been able to find my place in like finding a softer side. My mom was the one that kind of was like pushing me into playing ball. She was raising me at the time. I just remember kind of being an angry kid and using ball to be able to like let out that aggression. The situation at home was kind of funky. Like I had noticed like my mom didn't have any toilet paper. I noticed that like we didn't have any like food in the fridge or like in the cupboards. It was at that point that I really realized like, okay, like I need to do something, you know, for my family, for my mom. And I was going to go play professional football. I think it was really just after signing my second deal, I got to that point where like I did what I wanted to accomplish. You know, I had like bought my mom a house. I was like doing everything that I would like set out to do. And still was like waking up and just feeling like kind of empty. After 2016 is when I really found myself like in this, I said under a cloud, but like a depression. Being around my parents and some of the situations that they put me in, you know, going through like a custody battle and like being in a situation where like I had to choose between my mom or my dad. And just like shit like that you go through. You know, my mom is always, she's used alcohol as a way for her to like cope with some of the things that she's been through. There's like such a feeling of a person being scared that their parent's not gonna come home, the person that's taking care of them. I would describe how I was feeling for a lot of time was just like there wasn't any feelings or emotions. I wasn't allowing myself to feel anything. I was still at that point so stuck in like trying to be this like you can handle it type of person. I didn't like the way that I was like treating people that I was around or the way that I thought about the world. And so I think with that came a lot of guilt, you know, and so you see what you're doing to somebody, you see how your decisions are affecting them. And that's what really kind of turned the page for me. I had all this stuff that I was like holding on to, all these like pent up feelings and emotions that I needed to release. You know, I think starting with like the psychedelics, I started to like really like feel these emotions. I found myself pulling people to the side and really like opening up about some of the things that were on my heart and just like crying my eyes out, feeling so much better after. What brought me to Field Trip was really the ability to work with someone who was using ketamine in the therapeutic space. I'm definitely a little excited, a little nervous just to be doing psychedelics in a controlled environment with a therapist. And then also just to be able to have someone there to listen and write down some of the things that I'm experiencing so that in our integration the next day that we're able to really dive deeper and like get some of these thoughts and changes down into like my hard drive. As I started to really like feel the ketamine kicking in, that's when I started to like feel this like sense of energy in my chest. That kind of feeling for me, I related to like being young and knowing when like something bad is gonna happen, like your parents are about to fight, or you just feel this intenseness coming, this like anxiety and stress. And it was so built up that it just like sat on my chest. And once I was able to like free myself and let go, it was like all like dissipated. After the session, you do start to feel a little bit more free and you do start to think a little bit differently and you are creating these different thought patterns and they are becoming permanent and you're able to let go of some of those childhood things. To be able to break those types of thoughts and patterns in the brain has made my life a lot more like smooth and joyful. A phrase that really stuck with me from my childhood that I kind of heard my mom or like my parents say a lot was like, I am the way that I am and I'm not gonna change. It's kind of a scary way to live, right? If you're not changing and growing and transforming, then what are you doing? I think there's the possibilities that are out there with psychedelics and ketamine. I feel like the experience gives me confidence in being able to tell people that this is something that I think that they could possibly use to help themselves, whether that be dealing with addiction or any type of trauma, anxiety, and transformationally in our lives as human beings. There is a way to have like more freedom in your life. you'll start to feel better. And that's coming from somebody who didn't think that they could feel this way. You don't have to be living, thinking, feeling the way that you do.